Hi there! Is it possible to achieve the front splits as an adult if you haven't stretched before? Yes, it's absolutely possible. My name is Jessica and I started stretching as an adult. In this video, I'm going to show you exercises to get your front splits. Let's get started right away.
Okay, let's start with the warm-up. So warm-ups are very important, and warm muscles are more flexible than cold muscles. So not only do you gain flexibility by warming up, it's also much safer and you prevent injuries. Okay, so we're gonna start with our right leg, and it's gonna be straight and come to our faces as much as you can, whatever your mobility is. Come back down, but I want you to throw it, yeah? As dynamically as you can. Let's do 10, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep that leg straight. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now we roll onto our left side. And now rotate your right leg up so the knee is facing the ceiling. And we do the same thing. Try to get your knee to your face as close as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Don't get discouraged. I've been doing this for a while, so my range is bigger, but you're gonna get there. Okay, now let's turn on our tummy. And now the right leg. This time I don't want you to really throw your leg. Lift it and use your hamstring strength. So again, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and now we repeat on the left leg. Really keep the legs always straight when you do this. Remember, knee to face, not actually. Okay, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now turn on your right side. Left leg turns out, knee faces the ceiling, and knee to the face 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. We roll onto our tummy. And we lift the leg. 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We are going to do some active hamstring stretches. They're more effective than passive stretches. So what I want you to do now is bring your right leg to wherever that might be at your current level. And now instead of just pulling the leg towards you, I want you to activate that leg so the leg pushes away from you. So if I let go, it will fly away, okay? So now try this. Push the leg away, but pull it towards you with your hands. It's a lot more painful, but that's actually safer. So let's pull. Good. Now, release a little bit, shake it out. We're gonna do 2 more rounds, yeah? Good. Now, straighten the leg again. I know this is hard, but this is what you gotta do to get results. So, leg pushes away from you and hands pull it towards you. Okay, let's go. And release. Good job. Shake it out a little. One more round. Okay, here we go. Last round. You know the drill. Let's go. And release. Good job. Okay, now we repeat on the left side. You always have one side that's slightly more flexible, so don't be discouraged if this is your worst side, or also this is the easier side. So, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Leg presses away while the hands pull the leg towards you. Keep it straight and breathe. And release. Good. And second round. You're not wasting time. Engage the leg and let's go. And release. Oh, it's starting to burn. You're gonna get used to it. Shake your leg out a little bit. And last round, then we move on to the lunges. Let's do this. By the way, it's okay if your leg shakes a little bit. Just make sure it's not too excessively. My dancing teachers always said that this is weakness leaving the body. Okay, good job. So let's windshield wiper a little bit. My hips like to crack here. And we move on to the lunges. Okay. So if you are a seasoned yogi, you probably have the hamstring mobility, but not the hip flexors, because yogis don't train hip flexors enough, for splits at least. So, right leg comes to the front. Try to keep your knee over your ankle. And now the important thing here is you don't want to open up like this to the side. You want to keep your hips squared. So the left hip in this case would come forward and the right hip back. And now you're going to push down the hip as low as you can. If you're starting out, it's probably going to look like this. Now, if you do this for a while, like I did, it's actually going to be a straight line. So you should feel it right here in the hip flexor and the quad. And now lift the belly off the upper thigh. I know this is very uncomfortable. You can use blocks to put your weight in if it's unbearable, but the more weight you put on your blocks, the less effective the stretch is. So you gotta choose your pain when you're choosing your gain. Let's hold here for like 20 more seconds. Okay, good job. Get out of it a little bit, but not completely. We're not done yet. You're going to absolutely hate me for the next exercise, but I promise it's not going to get much harder than this. We're going to go back into our lunge, but now I want you to tuck your foot and lift the back knee. But I don't want your shoulders to jump like this. I want your shoulders to stay in the same place. So lift the knee only. Now, if you're just starting out, you might not even actually lift the knee up. It's about the engagement in the muscles. So it doesn't matter what it looks like, okay? Upper body stays still. Knee lifts 10 times, okay? You can do this. I know that it may seem impossible, but you can do this 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. This is a very hard burn sensation in the hip flexor. That means growth. Okay, now we come into lizard pose. So keep the hands in the front like this. Now, if you're feeling very flexible today, you can go down onto your forearms. Whew. And let's hold here for a little bit. Okay, perfect. Let's do our quad stretch. So if you need a strap, go ahead and use it, or a little towel. But we want to grab our back foot with the right arm and pull that foot towards us, but don't lift the hips out too much. Keep the hips low. I know it really burns in the quads, but that's the whole point of it. So breathe into the stretch, and I want you to push the foot into the hand while the hand pushes the foot towards you, yeah? Remember what we did with the active hamstring stretch? Same applies here. Push away, but the hand pulls towards you. Good, now release the leg and only pull with the hand. Do a little bit of passive stretching here too. A little bit of passive stretching is also necessary. Good, and release. And we switch the sides, but before we do so, let's reset our hips a little bit. That was a very deep hip flexor and quad stretch. If you're sitting a lot, this is amazing for you because unfortunately we sit way too much and that shortens our hip flexors and quads. Okay, let's do the other side. Left leg to the front. Now, remember, don't open up like this. The goal is to get low, but right hip comes to the front, left hip to the back, and sit down. Whew. Belly lifts off the thigh. Shoulders are over the hips ideally. And we suffer for 20 more seconds. Good. Okay, let's come out of it. Now remember what's gonna come next, the knee lift. Okay, back to the lunge. Use your blocks and tuck the foot and we lift the knee 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Now let's get into our lizard pose. Same thing applies here. If this is a good stretch, stay here. If you think you can do more, go onto your forearms. And we hold it, breathe. Good. Now let's grab that back foot. If you need to use a strap, go ahead. Now the left arm will grab the right foot and we push the foot into the hand while the hand pulls the foot towards us, yeah? Keep that active engagement. I know it burns. You can do this. Good. Now the leg muscles relax and only the hand pulls it towards you, yeah? So a little bit of a passive stretch here, 10 more seconds. And release. Good job. Hip flexors and quads are the hardest part in my opinion. Okay, now we're gonna get active. So I really want you to warm up your hamstrings one more time before we go into the split hold. So what we're gonna do, get into your downward dog. Now, downward dog cues. The heels don't have to touch the ground, it's totally fine. Try to keep your legs as straight as possible. And while you do that, your tailbone wants to reach up to the sky. And now your shoulder blades sink down. Really elongate the spine and the legs. That's a very deep stretch. Let's just feel that for 5 more seconds. Good. Now, right leg lifts up and I want you to do dynamic kicks like this 10 times. Okay, let's get the blood flowing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We hold open and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now the left leg. You're almost done. 10 kicks with the left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and let's pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Amazing. Okay, now that we're warm, let's go to the split right away. We start with our right leg in the front first. Now, how do you get into a split safely? That is very important. By the way, you need to, if you want to get your splits at the end of your warm-up, you gotta go into one, even if you don't have it yet. This is how you achieve it. I said right leg first. Okay, so the best way is to not lean forward like this. You're overstraining your hamstrings by doing this. What we're gonna do is go into an over lunge and now sink the hips down and extend the front foot as much as you can. And if this is your range, stay here. You can go further, go a little further. You can go down all the way. Let's do that. And now hold and breathe. Now try to not open the hips too much. Front hip comes to the back, back hips to the front, like in the lunge. And breathe. Go to your maximum point. I know this is hard, keep breathing. Eventually you're gonna come to a point where front splits don't even hurt anymore. So keep breathing. Feel your legs getting longer. 20 more seconds, okay? Okay, we have 10 more. Okay, 10 more seconds, I promise. The last ones. And release, come out of it, good job. Okay, now, second side, always stretch both sides, always. So right leg comes to the front, we come into this over lunge position, and now the front foot scoots to the front until you reach your point where you think you can't go anymore. Breathe through it, you can do this. And then slowly but surely get lower and lower. And we breathe. It's important to do the full split hold at the end of every warm-up. I apologize for the downtown Los Angeles noises, but it was a good distraction. No, I'm serious. When I started my splits, look how much foot is shaking. When I started my splits, I would distract myself by taking pictures. Seriously, in the mirror, when you're like, oh my god, so low, take pictures. Like anything that keeps you in the stretch a little longer. I know it's a battle, I know it is. And release, good job. Good. Okay, let's reset a little bit, shaking our hips. Good job. So getting the splits is hard. It is, really. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it. It's gonna take work, but you can get there. So give your legs 1 day to recover, 1 or 2 days, and then do it again. When you don't feel sore anymore, jump right into it, okay? But you need to recover just as much as you need to stretch. Keep that in mind. I hope you enjoyed this little torture session, and I have plenty of more stretching routines. Go ahead and check them out, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye bye.